Guy who played in the National Football League and somebody who has a different vantage than just about anybody on sports talk radio or media in this city that's working every day. Started, and I could tell in looking at your face, Dorin, and listening to your voice, how sincere and how important this was for you. And I don't think we left enough time yesterday by virtue of that schedule. So you tell me about your concerns, one, as they are indigenous to just Kenny Pickett, and two, in totality, because it felt to me when I walked out of here yesterday that when I thought about it during dinner and everything, there's a lot more that we need to talk about and that you want to say about concussions.
Yeah, there really is, and we watched this game and we love the game of football, especially here in the city. And sometimes we don't sit back and realize that obviously how dangerous it is. We take it for granted by the way we watch it. We take it for granted as players too. Going out there every single day that I played football and put a helmet on, I always thought that this could be my last day, or I always thought that I could have a severe injury. Every single time that I button up my helmet, I thought that this could be it. That was a thought that went through my mind every single day. And knowing how dangerous this sport is, then you see somebody like Kenny Pickett to really just move on to what his situation is. He suffered a concussion weeks ago, then he suffers a concussion the other day on Sunday. During the game. And there's this discussion: should he have been back in the game? Was it really concussion? What did we see? Did he get diagnosed? This, and that. All the ins and outs of it. It is a long-term discussion here. It's not just a short-sighted discussion. It's not just can Kenny Pickett get back in the game. It's a brain impact bruise / injury that we're talking about that could affect not just his playing career, not just a guy's playing career, but could affect the guy's life. And that's what we signed up for as football players. I don't regret one day of football. I would do it over and over and over again. Having lives that I could ever get in this, in this realm of living, I would do, if I had the opportunity to do football again, I would do it. And we know every day what we sign up for. But there are situations where you have to be cautious and you have to be wary of what is really happening. And whenever you have a young guy like that who never really sustained concussions in his career up until this point, has had two back-to-back in a short period of time, you have to understand the perception of the issue. You have to understand the severity of the issue and the long-term severity of what's going on. So to me, whenever Kenny Pickett the first time was wobbly and was walking off the field, that has to be it. That has to be, you're done for the game. Like, I don't care if you show symptoms and signs that you're capable of getting back in the game. I saw you looking woozy walking off the field. That means that there's something traumatic that is going on in your head that you shouldn't get back out there. So this whole concussion discussion, and guys, you guys know that I love horror movies, right? I love watching scary movies. The scariest movie I've ever seen in my life was the movie Concussion. That's the scariest movie I've ever seen in my life. I will never watch that movie ever again. The way I felt, the anxiety I had throughout that movie, whenever he shook the little, I don't even know what it was, in a canister full of water, he was like, look at this. Your brain is not supposed to do this. That's what happens in football. I'm getting chills even talking about it right now. That's the scariest movie I've ever seen in my life because of how real it was. And sometimes I think that as a society that loves football, we forget about the severity that could cause to somebody, and how cautious and precious you have to be whenever these things do happen.
Let me